Hey English learners, do you struggle with prepositions in English? Do you struggle with using prepositions correctly in English? If you are confused about how to use words like on, in, or at, then you are in the right place. Stay tuned as we dive into the world of prepositions, especially time prepositions, on how to use them correctly. Many English learners face challenges when it comes to prepositions of time, especially with time-related context. There are a lot of misconceptions and difficulties on how to use prepositions like in, at, and on. But don't worry. I know these words are very confusing in sentences and how to use them, but we are going to make it very easy to you. Today, we are focusing on the best time prepositions in English grammar, such as an, in, at. These prepositions are very important because they are good or they are used to indicate when an action takes place. So, it is very important for us to know what these prepositions are, how they can be used, their usage patterns, which is the most thing that confuses people a lot. How they are being used. We are going to explore that, and by the end of this lesson you realize that you have nothing to worry about. So let's dive into some scenarios and examples where these prepositions shine, so as to give you a good understanding of the usage and the usage pattern.
Welcome to prepositions of time. In, on, at. There are different prepositions of time, but today we are going to concentrate on in, on, at. In, on, at. Now the question is, how do we use these prepositions in a sentence? Because many English learners are really confused on how to use or when to use in, on, or at in a sentence. In this lesson, we are going to talk about one, in as a preposition of time, on as a preposition of time, at as a preposition of time. In, on, at, review questions. So we are going to review some questions to test your knowledge or your understanding of the lesson. And in, the very first one we are going to begin with is in. In is used for months, years, or periods of time. In is used for months, years, or periods of time. Take note. Months, when we talk about the months of the year, in June, in February, in December, in 1985, in 2019, in 10,066. Now, we have periods of time in the summer, in the 80s, in the past, in the present, in the future. Those are periods of time. So when you talk about months, years, or periods of time, remember we use in, we don't use at, we don't use on. And the next thing that you need to take note of is example sentences with in. For example, my birthday is in April. My birthday is in April. My birthday is in April. England won the World Cup in 1966. That is a year. The first one, my birthday is in April. April is the month. England won the World Cup in 1966. 1966 is the year. And also, I usually go to the beach in the summer. I usually go to the beach in the summer. This is talking about the time period. I usually go to the beach in the summer. And the next one we have to talk about is on. When do we use on? We use on for days, dates, specific part of the day. We use on to talk about days, dates, and specific parts of the day, specific parts of the day. For example, when we talk about days, On Monday. I go to school on Monday. On Friday. On Sunday. On Tuesday. On Wednesday. On Thursday. So when you're talking about this, you use on. Also, when we're talking about dates, we use on. For example, on February 15th, on July 7th, on April 1st, on February 15th, on July 7th, on April 1st. And also, we use on when we are talking about parts of a specific day. For example, on Monday morning, on Monday afternoon, on Monday evening. On Friday morning, on Friday afternoon, on Friday evening. On Saturday night, on Saturday afternoon, on Saturday evening. So these are the specific time of the day or the specific part of the day. Morning, afternoon, evening, night. So we use on. And the next thing that you need to look at are the examples. What are the example sentences of on usage? 1. I will meet my friends on Saturday. I will meet my friends on Saturday. The next one is I was born on February 15th. I was born on February 15th. And next we have I did my homework on Tuesday evening. I did my homework on Tuesday evening. So you see that we have talked about the day, the month, and the time period or the part of the day. Okay, and the last one that I want us to look at today, there are different ones, but as I earlier said, we are looking at only 3 because of time constraint and because I don't want this video to be very long, because if the video is very long, it's going to be a bit boring. Now, at is used for specific times such as times of the day, meal times, holidays, etc. At is used for specific times such as times of the day, meal times, holiday times, etc. For example, times of the day: at 4 o'clock, school closes at 4 o'clock. At 10:30, I have lunch at 10:30. At midnight, I sleep at midnight. I sleep at midnight. And the second one is meal times. At lunchtime. We can have a discussion at lunchtime. At breakfast. At dinner time. At dinner time. So we use meal times to talk about at. And also we use holidays. We use holidays to talk about at. For example, at Christmas, at Thanksgiving, at the weekend. Can we have fun at the weekend? Can we go out at the weekend? Can we go out at Christmas and things like that? Okay, so that is how we use at. Please take note of these time periods because this is the part that is so confusing. Take note of the time period. Okay, and the next thing that we are going to see is example sentences. For example, let's meet at 8 o'clock. Let's meet at 8 o'clock. Now you cannot say let's meet on 8 o'clock or let's meet in 8 o'clock. No, it doesn't go like that. Let's meet at 8 o'clock. And the next one is at lunchtime, I usually read a book. At lunchtime, I usually read a book. At lunchtime, I usually read a book. Okay. And the next example is people sing carols at Christmas. Yeah, December is fast approaching. People sing carols at Christmas because Christmas is a time for carols. So people sing carols at Christmas. Okay. And now we are going to look at the quiz. But before we go to the quiz, please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, just hit the subscription button and also click on the like button if you find my videos on grammar interesting. Don't forget to like and comment. Don't forget to share. And also, don't forget to ring the notification button because whenever I post a video, I post videos twice a week. I post videos on Mondays and on Sundays and on Wednesdays, so that you always be alert, or you always be notified when a new video is being posted. Okay, now let's come back to our lesson. Now we're talking about quiz on, in, on, or at. We have discussed about the usage of in, on, or at, and the times or the positions, the situations where we have to use in, and, or at. Now let's try to test ourselves. I'm going to give you some quiz for self-check, to check yourself if the lesson got into you or if you really understood what I was explaining. Okay, now the first question, in, on, or at. Kevin's birthday is blank December. Kevin's birthday is blank December. What is the answer? Okay, Kevin's excuse me, sorry. Kevin's birthday is in December. Kevin's birthday is in December because December is the month. Okay, question number 2. I get up blank 7 o'clock. I get up blank 7 o'clock. What's the answer? Okay, the correct answer is I get up at 7 o'clock. I get up at 7 o'clock. Very good. Now let's go to number 3. Number 3. It is so cold the winter. It is so cold blank the winter. It is so cold blank the winter. What is the correct answer? Okay, the correct answer is it is so cold in the winter. It is so cold in the winter. Okay, now let's go to question number 4. Question number 4. I saw a musical blank March 2nd. I saw a musical blank March 2nd. What is the answer? Okay, the correct answer is I saw a musical on March 2nd. I saw a musical on March 2nd. Okay, next question. I moved to England in 2018. I moved to England in 2018. I moved to England in 2018. What's the correct answer? Okay, the correct answer is I moved to England in 2018. I moved
to wrap things up, we have covered the essential prepositions of time like in, at, and on in English grammar. By practicing these prepositions and putting them in practice in your speaking and your writing, you realize that these prepositions are going to be very easy to use. Remember, practice makes perfect. So keep on practice and you'll see how your English, your language skills will develop. You'll see how your language skills will skyrocket to another level. Keep practicing because practice makes perfect. I encourage you to keep using prepositions of time in your own sentences. Keep practicing for more. And feel free to share your experiences or questions about prepositions in the comments below. Keep learning and keep improving your English grammar skills. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please keep on, make sure you subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. See you in my next video. So, a big thank you to all my subscribers. A shout out to you all for taking me to this level. We just hit 1,000 subscribers in less than 2 months. Thank you all very much. I really do appreciate you. Thank you very much, and keep coming for more grammar videos. Keep coming for more tips on grammar usage. Keep coming and you will never be disappointed. Thank you very much for coming.